Learning to critique art. So there are 3 parts to every work of art: the hook, the burn, and the afterimage. The hook is what draws that audience in, and it's needed so that they will stop and they will decide to engage with what it is you've created. Then there's the burn. That's what happens when the audience is actually experiencing your work. And it might be a story you're telling, or a beautiful image that's just unfolding before the audience's eyes, or it might be a game that they're navigating. But there's an experience that you've created, that you have designed for the audience to have, and that's called the burn. And then there's the afterimage. So with great works of art, the audience will walk away, but they'll still be thinking about your work. What kind of things do you want them to remember? And this is what you need to be aware of as you're creating the work. You have to design the hook, the burn, which is the experience, and that's where most of your energy is going to go. But then you really need to be in control of that afterimage. What are they going to remember? So you have to remember, when you're critiquing your own work and other people's work, is that the artist's intention is everything. And the premise is the guiding light, the North Star for the work. And so you really need to be paying attention to what the intention was. So describe the work without using value words such as blue and beautiful or ugly, right? So what is the written description on the label or the program about the work, right? Take that in a little bit. What is the title? Who are the artists? Who is the artist if it's a single person? When and where was that work created? Describe the elements of the work: line, movement, light, space, story, whatever it is, right? Describe the technical qualities of the work. What were the tools, the materials, the instruments that were used? And describe the subject matter. What is it all about? Are there recognizable images? Is it an abstract? Try to describe it. And then you analyze. Describe how the work is organized as a complete composition. How is the work constructed or planned? Is it in acts and movements? Is there lines? How is the canvas broken up? Identify some of the similarities throughout the work, like repetition of lines, or 2 songs in each act. Just try to really identify what is going on here, right? Identify some of the points of emphasis of the work. Maybe there's a specific scene, or a specific figure, or a movement. If the work has subject or characters, what are the relationships between or among them? So then you move on to the historical and contemporary context. What artist is the work influenced by? How does the work fit into art history? How does the work fit into the contemporary art world? And how does the work add something new to the ongoing story of art? It's time for some interpretation. Describe the expressive qualities you find in the work. What expressive language are used to describe the qualities? Is it tragic? Is it funny? Does the work remind you of other things you've experienced, such as analogy or metaphor? How does the work relate to other ideas and events in the world, in and around, or your other studies that you're looking at? It's time for evaluation. What qualities of the work make you feel as if it's a success or a failure? Compare it with other similar works that you think are good or bad. What criteria can you list to help others judge this work? And have you seen this work before? If so, where? How could this work be changed so it's not derivative?